Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA, okay, with your boy Ducky. Okay, so today we're going to be reading Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's tarot cards on this whole little fiasco that happened with them at the Oscars. What's the tea, baby boo? We're going to see because, part of me is like, was this kind of like a publicity stunt type of thing just so they could kind of have some eyes on them, or was this like actually like true and Will Smith just like lost his marbles for a couple of minutes and acted upon his emotions rather than thinking rationally? So we're going to see what's going on. So again, like I always like to preface with every video, we want to this what am I even trying to say today? I always read people's cards with respecting their energy. And so therefore, let's respect the people's energy of whose cards I'm reading, and remember that this is for entertainment purposes, and I'm just relaying what I see in the cards, and therefore the only people that know the full tea, the full truth, are the people themselves. And I'm just letting y'all kind of in on what I'm seeing with the cards, and how I'm interpreting the cards. I've been studying tarot for about like over 5 years now. And so I'm just kind of bringing my experience to the forefront and letting y'all in on what I'm seeing. So without further ado, let's get started with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's cards, okay? So with the joke, how did Jada feel about this joke that was made about her? We got the Hanged Man in reverse. And the Nine of Wands. How did Will Smith feel about this joke? The Temperance card in reverse. Yeah, it seems to be correlating with what happened. And the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so yeah, it does seem like it wasn't a publicity stunt type of thing. All right, let's get an oracle card for Jada. The Sacred Union. And let's get one for Will Smith. Steam Cave in reverse. Okay. So let's look at Sacred Union and Steam Cave, because I'm not familiar with these oracle cards as much. So Passion and Spirit. Okay. And Elemental Forces. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm seeing, let's start with Jada's cards first. What I'm seeing with Jada's cards first, especially with this Hanged Man here in reverse with the Nine of Wands and the Sacred Union, it seems like she did feel passionately, kind of like maybe she did feel strongly about the joke, and in a sense of, sometimes our passion can get the better or worse out of us. And in this sense, it seems like she was strong with the Nine of Wands here, representing resilience. She was staying strong. She was handling it like a boss, like a true queen, okay? But with the Hanged Man here in reverse, it seems like she's like, oh my gosh, like, when are people gonna let this go? Like, let these types of jokes go. Like, why are you trying to make jokes on people's health concerns or health conditions? She's like, when are people gonna start like letting these things go? She's like, it gets old. So she did feel passionately towards the joke, as in the sense that I'm getting that, like, okay, like, why are you making fun of someone's health conditions, their medical conditions, is kind of what she's saying. But she stayed strong. She was resilient. She stayed, firm in her emotions, and she stayed, like, there's a lot of like passion here. There's a heart here. This is Sacred Union. So it's like she felt passionately towards the joke that like she did feel bad about it. It made her feel bad about herself, is what I'm seeing. But she was staying strong. She's a very strong woman, is what I'm sensing with these cards. And so she handled it like a true queen again. So now let's get to the juicy part. Now, Will Smith got the Temperance card in reverse with the Four of Swords in reverse and the Steam Cave. Like, interesting that he got the Steam Cave in reverse, because it's like, yeah, he felt like he was fuming. His steam, like, he was like a little kettle, and like all the steam was just like coming out, and he got really off balanced with this. Like, he just really got really offended by it, more so than Jada. He just got really thrown off by it, because the Temperance is always all about, you know, balance and feeling in control. He just like lost control, and he was out of balance, and or by the joke, and he lost his cool, because the Four of Swords is all about, you know, staying in peace, being relaxed, and he lost his cool. He lost his steam, you know. And the steam was going everywhere. So let's see. Let's get a little bit about some more tea on what's going on. Let's get some more cards going. So now, after Will Smith lost his cool and he went up there and slapped or whatever Chris Rock. Was it Chris Rock? I don't know. I didn't see the Oscars. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here doing tarot celebrity videos, and I don't even keep up with celebrities, but I do this because, you know, it's fun, and I'm a queen of the people, you know. I do what the people are interested in and what they ask of me, and so that's what I'm bringing. So let's see. How did Jada feel after this whole fiasco happened, and how did Will Smith feel? So let's start with these oracle cards. Let's get one for Jada. How did Jada feel after this incident? Chakana, maybe? Let's see. How did Will Smith feel after this? Dodecahedron. Okay. How did Jada feel? The Seven of Swords in reverse. Some defeatedness going. And the Wheel in reverse. Yep. She did not feel good about that after Will Smith went up there. All right, how did Will feel afterwards? The Three of Cups in reverse. The Fool. All I hear in my head is like he just felt foolish afterwards. So let's look at this book. Shakana 16. Progress, okay. And dodecahedron. Divine thought, yeah. So after all this happened, Jada was like, you know, with the Seven of Swords here in reverse, the Seven of Swords normally talks about feeling kind of lies and deceit, but in reverse, what does it really mean? Let's look into my handy dandy. Theft, lies, and malice. Look after your possessions and do not give your trust too readily. So after all this happened, like, she just thought it was like very malicious what he did, what Will Smith did. And she was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like very, like, there's going to be some negative and some type of like retaliation that's going to happen because of Will Smith's action. So with the wheel here in reverse, it represents, you know, kind of like bad luck or some bad circumstances. She knows that like what he did is going to have some severe like repercussions. And so like this means like do like look after your possessions, don't give your trust out. Like she's now she is kind of like, do I even trust Will Smith now? Like, do I even trust him with like kind of like telling him stuff, because like maybe he's just going to retaliate again or like act out based off of his emotions is what I'm seeing. So there's some progress going on here, because again here this is talking about progress. So she's kind of like really analyzing the situation, and she's like, if he acts like this about like one joke that I've already told him about, that like I am kind of maybe a little bit maybe not insecure or sensitive about, and he acts about it in an irrational manner. Like, what else is he going to act irrationally about if I tell him that it's like a sensitive subject for me? So it's kind of like she's keeping her cards close. She's keeping herself a little bit guarded, especially in regards to kind of in regards to Will Smith, I feel. And she knows that like this, what he did is going to cause some circumstances for the moment that'll be not so favorable, not so great for the both of them. So she's like, we're just gonna have to keep on progressing. We're gonna have to keep on moving through this. But there's like, they're going to go through a little bit of a rough patch now, is what I'm seeing, is kind of what I'm hearing too. So now with the Three of Cups here in reverse, the Three of Cups normally talks about, you know, celebrations. Um, but in reverse, it could talk about like, I'm hearing like a menage a trois, or like a third party situation. I'm getting the sense that Will Smith was kind of like already in his feels, and he felt like he needed to prove something, and that's why he did this. Because if I'm not mistaken, they are in an open relationship, and there's like a third party here. Like, look at this. Like, look at this beautiful woman. This is Jada. And like, I'm getting the sense that like maybe he felt like he needed to prove something, and that's why he acted out. Like maybe he wanted to be like, you can't talk to my woman that type of way and stuff like that, just to try and like prove like he's the alpha, you know? Um but then afterwards, like he he kind of felt like the fool. Like there's some foolishness going on here. Like, because this talks about divine thought, you know, this card mentioned divine thought. So it's like he's now in a state of like really thinking, like, dang, did I really make the best decision? And so the good thing about the Fool, though, is that the Fool talks about, you know, new experiences, new circumstances, a new chapter in your life. So it seems like after all this happened, now he's thinking, he's like, well, I mean, now I just got to really reinvent myself, or really learn how to not let my emotions get the better of me. So the good thing here is that like, yes, it was bad that he acted out on his emotions to maybe try and prove something. Um but on the upside, or on the flip side, like now this is an opportunity for him to kind of redeem himself, to really think about um his actions. But again, with this wheel card in reverse, and with this, I'm getting the sense that like something's going to be taken away from him. Like something might be taken away from him based off of his actions. And I don't know if it's going to be something Jada's going to do that's going to like take away from him, or if it's like someone else, or if it's like they're going to take away his Oscar. I don't really know. Um and I don't really know if I feel comfortable enough to kind of like talk further about what that is. But there's like something going on here that like might be taken away from Will Smith. So let's get some advice. Let's finish this video with some advice for these two. Because you know, here in the Ducky channel, we respect everyone's energy, and therefore let's give them some advice for this situation. Let's end things on a more positive note. Because With that wheel in reverse, there's gonna be something might happen where either one or both of them are gonna have to kind of like pay for Will Smith's actions. And I'm getting the sense it's gonna be more Will Smith because Jada really had nothing to do with it. It's more on Will's part, so we'll see. All right, let's get some advice for Jada. Let's get some advice for Jada Pinkett Smith. And her current energy, the Three of Cups. Wow, interesting that the Three of Cups came out reverse, and now it's coming out for her right side up. Eight of Swords. All right, let's draw 2 cards for Will Smith. Some advice for him. The Star in reverse. And the Ace of Coins in reverse. Let's get Oracle cards for them. Let's get an Oracle card for Jada. Dodecahedron. Yo, what are the odds of like some of these cards popping out again? That is crazy. All right. Echoes of One. So, Three of Cups. Celebrations, happiness, reunions. Parties and meetings which lead to love affairs and lots of flirtation. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if I feel comfortable enough to really like say what this advice is that I'm seeing, but some advice for Jada is to just have fun. You know, with this card talking about divine thought and then this Eight of Swords, which represents restriction, I'm getting the sense to like really restrict for Jada, really restrict on having to talk a lot about this situation. There's no need to really think or like talk about those thoughts that you're having about the situation. And instead, she should just have fun, give her like, put her attention elsewhere or on someone else. Oh, oops, I said it. Okay. Elsewhere or on someone else and just like have fun, flirt around, go to parties and stuff like that. There's no need to like, just like she should really restrict herself on just talking about what she thinks about that situation between what happened at the Oscars and instead just like focus her attention on having fun and flirting and celebrating. All right, so now let's see Will Smith's advice. So for Will Smith's advice, I'm with the Star card here in reverse. I'm getting the sense like there's no need to really like talk negatively or think negatively about what happened. The Star card always talks about, you know, positive, feeling positive towards your goals, your aspirations, your dreams. But in reverse, it could talk about pessimism. But I'm getting the sense that he should just like not really talk negatively about the situation or shed negative light on the situation, because that's just going to further like cause his foundation to crumble, because the Ace of Stones or the Ace of Coins in this deck is all about stable foundations, but this came out in reverse. So like there's already kind of like some dents in his foundation, and if he keeps talking negatively about them, it's just going to further cause some damage to things that were once stable in his life. And with Echoes of One, he should know that like he is a representation of Jada as she is of him as well. You know, what he does affects both of them and what she does affects both of them. And therefore he needs to really keep this in mind, keep his composure, keep his thoughts more positive. Don't talk negatively about what you think about certain situations, because or else further that's going to keep on creating some more dents in his foundation. So that's all I'm really seeing. Thanks so much for watching this video. If y'all saw it, please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and or give me a thumbs down if you didn't really enjoy it. Please feel free to give me a comment on what you thought, some suggestions on maybe which other celebrities you want me to read tarot cards for. And that's all for now. Thanks so much for being here. And feel free to drop a little subscribe, hit that subscribe button, help a fellow ducky out, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.